Hello guys, I'm really excited. You're about to finish up your first day of Monopoly, and I decided to upload a quick video to remind you what exactly you need to do. So in the packet, along with the rules of the game, you have a grading sheet that you can also use as your sign-off and then later on for the reviewers. So treat this part as your nice tool with a checklist where you will be signing off as you go through. So for example, for the very first one, you have General Journal. And I try to color code it because General Journal is yellow and it looks like this part right here. So the first one are the journal entries posted. The best way to make sure that everything is actually posted into the ledgers, your green ledgers, will be to turn off your cell phone, your Facebook, kick your roommate out so it's peace and quiet, and you can make sure that every single journal entry will eventually get into the green ledgers. The next line, are the post references marked? What do I mean by that? Right here, here's your reference column. So as you're posting into the ledgers, you need to make sure that you use this almost as a check mark. For example, your first one was cash. So once you post it into the green ledger for cash, you will write up here 101, etc. This last one, are the additional transactions on March 31st recorded or not? And they are located on the front cover of your general journal, this one, and they look like this. Okay, it's just sometimes you might have forgotten, and to prevent this from happening, this oops, here's one more reminder. So as you go, as you do these things, you need to make sure that you go ahead and sign off. So for example, put your initials. I did this, and I did this, and then you're ready to go to the next one. Your next task. This one is in green, as you can see, because it's related to our green ledgers. So my task is, are the account balances in the general ledger total? What do I mean by that? I'm looking for this total right here. I need a balance. Sometimes you guys post everything, but you forget to calculate your total. We kind of do need that one for the trial balance. Make sure it's there. Our next one, this one is purple, your subledgers. And I decided to explain all 4 points at once, and I put a nice clipping right here for the subledgers. This one has both land and houses and hotels. So you should have recorded your land as you purchased it, and you should have recorded houses and hotels as you purchased them. So when you are done and when you're at home, I want to make sure that our subledger, this purple one, agrees to your ledgers, to your green ledgers. So for example, for the first one, does the subledger, this one, for land, and the general ledger, this one, for land, agree? If not, please reconcile. I want you to add up this cost of land column. If you sold anything, do not include that amount. And I want you to mark right here what was your total for that day. So for example, in this case you will put the number up here, then you're gonna go and post this balance from the green ledger in here because it says total per T account. This is your T account. And then if they agree, circle yes. If they don't, you got to reconcile to make sure that you can mark yes. You do the same with cost of houses and hotels. The same thing, fill in this, go to the subledger, to the ledger, to the green ledger of houses and hotels, and then mark off yes. And you will repeat the same for these 2 lines after you're done, and you will be ready to continue with day 2. Okay, now we're off to the trial balance. Well, first of all, where would you find your trial balance? If you go onto Moodle right here, I did the clipping from your Monopoly folder located on Moodle, and right here it says, there's a folder, it says trial balance spreadsheets to be used in Monopoly. If you click on this folder, right, this one, you will have subfolders, and one of them specifically says trial balance for day 1. Open it and it will come up as an Excel spreadsheet, this one. Make sure to use that. Make sure to put formulas for your totals right here. Here it says total, so I need a formula here at the very bottom. Can't get to the very bottom with my light. And I need a formula right here. And if you're using a Mac computer, make sure that you can save it in a format that I can open it on a PC. Because sometimes I cannot open what you use, some kind of other spreadsheet, and then I'm stuck. I cannot open it. So make sure to maybe Google how do I save this Excel spreadsheet so it can be opened up in PC. So what do I request of you in your trial balance? Does the trial balance have account balances from the general ledger? What do I mean by that? What are my general ledger? Go back to that famous slide I just had for you. Right here you have a video clip on how to balance the trial balance. So watch that. I use not a Monopoly but a homework problem that a student prepared, and some errors are very much repetitive, so you will be able to find it there. And actually we have one more tool. I'll show it to you in a second. I might be able to pull it up fast. Your general ledger is right here. So you have to make sure that, for example, this is your cash general ledger, and if you look, I have 1,300 right here as my trial balance. That's the balance that you want to put right here, 1,300. That's my balance in cash. And if you want, you can go back to the ledger and put TB by that. That tells me I put it in the trial balance. Works again as your tick mark. Helps you. You can even put it in red because it will really stick out and show you, yep, you did that work. So that's your first one. I'm going to put my signature up here. Is the trial balance in balance? Well, you know the bottom line up here, your total must agree. And if it doesn't, how can you get it in balance? It says right here, if not, did you watch a movie on Moodle? Where's more for you, the last one? Does each account have only one balance? What do I mean by that? Up here, cash has only one balance, 1,300. I do not want you to put that it has a debit of 1,500 and a credit of 200. It's one and in balance, as if you're asking yourself, how much cash do I have on hand? It's 1,300. What else up here? In this slide, right in your grading sheet, it has information on how to make sure your trial balance is in balance, and you have 8 points that you can go through and work through to make sure it is in balance. Use either a highlighter, different color pen. Make sure you do get it in balance. It's all mechanical errors. It's mechanical. It's not really an accounting error. And we talked about that. And then other points is your work neat and clean. Do make sure that you write very legibly for your own sake. Write in pencil because you can erase, and I'm sure you will be erasing. There were times when the student was out of balance and I kept asking, is it a 1 or a 7? And he kept saying it's a 7. I said, well, if we were to use a 1, you will be in balance. So I think it was a 1, even though it was a 7. He thought it was a 7. Have you used a reviewer? Look at this. That's 3-point loss out of 50. That's quite a bit. So what I want you to do is make sure to find somebody from your class, from either of my classes, who are in the class right now, not 2 years ago, right now. And let them go over the same grading sheet and sign off right in this column. It's good for them, and you'll do the same for them. It's good for you as well because you work as an auditor, so you will review their work. Have you intentionally falsified any numbers? Please stay away from that. You don't have enough knowledge yet to play with numbers and cook the books, so don't lose any points. The next one for you guys, having fun is mandatory. So please do have fun. All the students love Monopoly, so you will do too. It is absolutely a fun game. Have fun and earn some money.